So, we are here with King Falafel. We've never been to this place, and we decided to try it out. So we got chicken kebab wrap.
Yes.
Falafel, grape leaves, which are stuffed with rice, I believe, and herbs, and then beef shawarma plate, and it has salad, hummus, there's rice underneath the beef. And then what beers do we have?
For beers, we have from Modern Times the Orderville, which is a hazy mosaic IPA.
Mm-hmm.
And then from 21st Amendment, we have Hell or High Watermelon, which is a watermelon wheat beer.
Yes, what are the percentages? This one?
The watermelon is 4.9. The hazy is a 7.2.
All right. And today's actually a date day.
Yeah.
So this is how we're starting out date day. With food, and then we're going to go to a brewery after and chill. Oh, and then we also have pita bread for the hummus. You want to try that first?
I want to start with one of these.
Okay. So this smells so good, and we've never had it before. And those are cold. Oh my god, that hummus is bomb. Okay.
Cool.
Does it have flavor?
There's all kind of flavor in there.
Really?
What the hell? There's like, taste of lemon in it. Lots of lemon.
Oh yeah? I love lemon.
I know you do.
Their hummus is good.
It's a lot of pea bread.
What are you gonna have? That is all bread. They have like 4 half slices?
It has like 2 full rounds.
Cheers. Did you already have a sip?
No.
Okay. We very are into cheering. Very are into. Sorry. Oh, that smells good. Cheers. We're just so hungry we didn't even think about cheersing.
Oh yeah.
This pita bread's good too.
So far so good.
Then there's this white
It looks like a yogurt sauce.
it's like, oh, it's garlic.
Oh. I'm gonna use one of these falafels for that one.
And this one is like a creamy sauce. Very watery, so I don't want to show you it.
Look at that bad boy. Oh, it looks so good. You can smell the fried falafel in the car.
Hold on. That is kind of weird. It's like a salsa.
Not sure.
Oh my god, this is good. It's like a salsa, but it's really good.
Oh, that is amazing.
Okay, I'm trying.
I mean, for what we got here too, only spent like $30.
Yeah.
More than $30.
An appetizer, a side, and 2 entrees.
We wanted to we want to try and get a gambit of stuff.
The leaf is like super soft. I thought it'd be kind of like you had to like grip it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh my god. I'm glad we got those.
Yeah, we thought they'd be hot.
The beef. It's a little dry. Has good flavor though, but
and push it through all the stuff, so it kind of bounces out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So what is falafel?
I think it's like a fried dough. I could be wrong. Probably wrong.
I love how this food has like Peruvian. This has so much flavor.
Yeah. It's what a lot of South American food lacks. Flavor. But I guess it's different though, because you gotta think Mediterranean is all about spices and flavor and that kind of stuff.
You hear that?
I'll go back.
Yeah.
I guess American is more about the meat itself, the flavor of the meat. And I think American, steaks and burgers and stuff like that.
That's true. But it's not very exotic. It's very like basic spices. Our neighbor's working on his car. It's probably him.
Yeah.
I think that salad's good. What the hell?
I can eat that all day right there.
Is it good? Chicken kebab wrap. Oh my god. Okay, this is good.
Ooh, that's got all kinds of things in there.
This is really hard.
Looks like there's pickle in here. Is it pickle? Or no, it's cucumber. Which is basically pickle.
You're stupid.
It's true. Same make pickles as cucumbers.
People are like, you call them stupid. I call them stupid all the time.
Yes.
Actually, I call everyone, like, it's just something I say. I'm like, you're so stupid. But I don't really mean you're stupid. I'm like, you're a dork, like, type of thing. At work, I said that to somebody, and they got offended, and I'm like, man down. I was like, really don't take offense to it. It's just me being silly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, wow. It's very, it feels very, like, healthy, actually. Except for, of course, like, fried stuff, but...
I mean, pretty much everything inside is pretty good. Like, the only thing that's really bad is probably the...
But it's thin.
Yeah, tortilla, which is pretty thin, though.
You show?
Oh, no idea. So, here's what we have. Like, there's chicken. Like I said, I think it is a pickle. And then there's fresh veggies, some lettuce. What sauce is that?
Probably like with the garlic.
I think it's more like this stuff, the watery one. Onions. So it looks like some cilantro. But it tastes super fresh. It doesn't taste like it's fried or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just you eat that and
It's
you're like,
grilled.
okay.
This is date day. What should we talk about?
Well, we just had our 8 years that we've been
Dating
together.
anniversary?
Yeah, that we've been together. Like,
So we should try to, like, talk about how we met and stuff. And, like, our long distance and all that stuff.
well,
I feel like we didn't really have a typical relationship.
I would say it's more typical to in this day and age. You think about it. But first it was technically known her and the family since I was like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Because I used to play soccer with her brother. And you know, went junior high with him. He was a year behind me.
Yeah.
We played Magic and just so I've known her brother for a very long time. But then many years at the high school, I was working at Papa John's.
Sorry.
And she worked at Juice It Up.
Juice it up, if you understand.
And I would go there all the time before work because, you know, I started at like 10 or 11. When she like a smoothie or whatever. And
The same one every time.
I think finally one day I saw her there and I was like, damn, who's this?
I was wearing like my baggy shorts. I wore like guy tan baggy shorts because I didn't care, and I'm just like I wanted to be comfortable.
And so I did a little, I wouldn't say stalker, but I was like, I figured out what her schedule was, kind of try to know what days she was working.
Stalker. I remember you coming in and I was like, I was dating someone at the time. But I was like, this guy's good looking.
So I was way thinner back then.
Whatever. Who cares? So did I.
But yeah, so constantly going, and finally, I worked up the courage.
He did the
Super cheesy.
Grabs the drink, or I hand him the drink, he grabs it and slips his number on like a fucking post-it note. And I was like, what? And I was just like, oh, cool. And you're like, you did your cheesy, like, so cute little smile, like.
Because I was embarrassed. I was like embarrassed.
You can tell, because have you ever done that before?
No. That's what I'm saying. It was like...
out of character.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, how adorable. And I was like, what? And no one's ever done that, like, to me before. How old was I? 20? I was 20.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what just happened? I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh. It's just dry. Maybe, do you want to pour this over it?
Not that dry to me. Oh.
Okay. But yeah, it was fun.
And finally later that night, she's...
Also at work.
No, were you at work?
I remember exactly where I was at work. I was in the back, in front of the fridge, sitting on a crate.
But it was like way hours later too.
Yeah, it was because I was working, yeah.
And I was actually at home at the time. Because I had just gotten off work.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I think what she texted me was, whatever drink I got. I think it was like the orange one.
Orange Blitz or something.
She's like, orange Blitz, huh? I was like, yeah. And it just...
And I even told you, I was like, hey, like, just so you know, I have a boyfriend, but, like, we can be friends. And then that day when talking, we figured out we knew each other. I don't know how that came about.
I think because we figured out that, I went to the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
What year did I go to? She was like, oh, did you know this person? I was like, oh, yeah. And then it was like, it's my brother. I was like, what the fuck?
And then I was like, oh, cool, we can totally be friends. Because you know my family.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
So, like, that was early on.
Mm-hmm.
When we actually met, because you're 32 now.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 years ago. We kind of like
talked here and there.
Talked, hung out,
Mm-hmm.
drank, whatever.
Broke up with shit face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think he'd admit that he was a shit face. That's okay. So yeah, that was that. I ended up having a girlfriend at the time that I got later on too because she was out. So I finally ended up moving to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just needed a change in life. I was at a time in my life where I
wasn't breaking up with anyone anytime soon.
Yeah, she was.
I got back with him, with my ex-boyfriend. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just dead end, working living at home again.
Mm-hmm.
I needed a change. My sister lived in Arizona, so I moved to Arizona.
What year? 13? No.
So I turned 30 in 13.
Mm-hmm.
So 2011, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I was out there for 2 years. So. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think like.
It's hard to like put together.
I was trying to think of like the timeline because I was out there for 5 years.
With me or two.
2 with you, but then 1 year is without her. So I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
Process the timeline. So. It was like 2011.
I saw you added Patrick back because he deleted all social media. At the time it was Facebook. Yeah. And sorry, it's warm.
Was MySpace still in?
No, it was like dying.
Oh.
And I saw he added my brother, or he got a Facebook again. I don't know why, because people or whatever. And then I saw that he had added my brother, and I was like, oh my god. Oh, do I have something? Just say it. And I was like, oh my god, Heath, what the hell? And so I messaged him. I remember I was like, so what the hell? Like, where did you disappear to? And then he just caught me up on life, and then not soon after you came out and visited. That's when we went to sushi, right? That's like our first oh my god. He comes out.
So we were also talking a lot.
Yeah.
During that time.
Yeah. So then we had really started talking again, and I was single. I had been single for like 6 months. That relationship had really truly ended. And then we were just talking, and then he was like, he came out and he got a Groupon to sushi in the area. So he was like, hey, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, for sure. So we went. That's like our first like real date.
Yep.
Got a little too many sake bombs. We went home.
And it wouldn't be the last time.
We went home and I actually met his family.
Yep.
Met his mom. That he had 2 dogs, and he was like, "If my dogs like you, then you're cool." They love me. Tank and Sky. They just recently had been put down, but and like me and his mom, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is so fun!" So we're drinking with your mom too, right?
Yeah.
Taking shots and shit.
Well, my dad too, but I think he went inside to get passed out.
Yeah. It was so fun. I was like, oh my god, it's like what I want to be a part of. Like, I was just so happy. It was the first time after breaking up with him, my ex-boyfriend, that I was like, oh my god, like, this is what I want. And, like, and it all happened for a reason, like, in that timing. Wasn't that night you told me you loved me?
So,
I'm so sorry.
you know, after doing that, you know,
We're pretty drunk.
we were pretty drunk. So we're back in the room I was staying in at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of laying there loving on each other. Mm-hmm. Just talking. I was like...
We talked a lot, yeah.
I was like, you know... I love you.
Mm-hmm. I think just everything had just worked out, and it was just such a good night.
Anyways.
What?
Her response was... You're stupid.
See? And that's why I say it to everybody, you're stupid. But this time I really, like, kind of meant it.
Yeah, she didn't say it back.
They were so fast. And I knew I loved him, but I was just I was really vibing with the single life. I'm like, this guy lives in Arizona. Like...
Yeah, I know that was, like, one of the main reasons was the fact that I don't even live here. Mm-hmm. It's like, why put that feeling out?
Yeah, it was scary.
Well,
It was very vulnerable.
So
and, like, my ex-boyfriend really, like, fucked me up.
That was, like, January, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I said that, and then...
We kept
I
talking.
think I left the next day. I think the next day I was leaving.
The next day I had to go to work. I had to do in-home therapy.
Oh, yeah.
I was so hungry. It was the first session I had with this kiddo. Oh my god. But I went, I was so hungover. I was like, oh my god. I spent the night. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to work in what I wore last night. And I went home and I passed out.
Yeah, then I had to drive 5 hours back to Arizona, which is always fun when you're hungover and tired.
At least it wasn't summer and all hot.
Yeah, that's true. But, excuse me. Yeah, so that was January. We kind of, I think we had like a little time where we kind of slowed down talking a little bit.
Yeah.
I think because I was just like...
You're like, what the hell?
I was sad. I was like, oh, well, she's rejected me. It's like, oh.
Yet again, like, he probably thought, like, she rejected me yet again. Like, here we are again. Like, what the fuck? Poor guy. And then we just started talking again.
You know, we started ramping up our talking again, and finally... I
Well,
was telling her to come out because, you know, she had never been to Arizona before.
but it was totally, like, platonic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more of a coming out as, like, friends.
And just to see it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, before that, we had gone to Vegas. What year was that? God, we're fucking babies. I had just turned 21. We went to Vegas just as friends. Like, I was like, I need to get away. We were like, I need to get away too. I was like, let's go to fucking Vegas. Like,
you got like a $50 room at Circus.
Rooms are so it was so cheap. So like going to see him in Arizona.
that's another whole.
That's a story time. Going to Arizona, I was like, oh, we're just going as friends. That's cool. I get there.
She flies there.
It's full. I exit the freaking airport, and right away you just kiss me.
Oh yeah.
I like walk. I'm like, yay! I'm in Arizona. It's so exciting. For me, that was so exciting. That was the first time I flew by myself. Like, no, not the first time. I've flown by myself before, but it was years before. I was just super excited.
Well, you were flying to meet someone.
Yeah, and just like see a really new area. Like, no family with me. It was just me. I was so excited, and then he just like grabs me and picks me up and kisses me, and I was like, aw. But then after that, I was just like, okay, fine. I give in.
So, I think finally the next day, because the next day we were going to Diamondbacks game. Mm-hmm. if I had gotten tickets to the Diamondbacks game, like I got sick ass tickets right behind dugout. They're super cheap. I think it was on SeatGeek or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was our first picture too.
yep. And like that day we like talked about it. It's like, all right.
I was like, yeah, I like
wanna
you.
do this?
Yeah.
All right. We're like, okay. Like we understood. Like we had to like
We really talked it
talk
out.
about how it's gonna be tough. You know,
Yeah.
living apart like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you drive. You know, you could drive on the weekends, but still,
But it's like
It's a
5
5-hour
hours.
drive.
I know, 10 hours total. Like it's a lot.
it's a lot. It's a big commitment to want to do that.
I remember coming home from Arizona and like sitting because like my ex was not a great guy, and so my parents and my sister were really hesitant to accept a new person. So I remember I went to my sister's room and I was like, hey, so I went to Arizona. And I went as friends, but I really like this guy. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so excited, all giddy." So that was fun.
Oh, so you did accept me at first.
Huh?
You did accept me at first.
Anyway, so yeah, and then we had always had the idea like, okay, a year, long distance, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, we'll give us a year, give me long distance, and we'll be like, okay, either one of us is moving to the other state or we're breaking up. Because I wasn't like, well, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah. But I think one of the good things about the whole long distance thing is that it taught us how to communicate.
Oh yeah.
You can be someone all the time. You don't just have to communicate. You can just
go through life.
You can just go through life with like just body language and all that stuff. But the fact that we had to actually talk to each other, and actually express how our feelings and all that stuff. I mean, we had a lot of some down days every once in a while. We're just like frustrated.
Really, it wasn't
hard. It was just.
I think it wasn't that hard because we were just really in love.
Yeah.
And we made a commitment like every month one of us would travel to each other to see each other, and we kept to that.
I think we actually we would alternate,
so
that way it wasn't like one of us was always coming out once a month. It was like I come out here 1 month,
which worked out because your parents are out here, so.
Yeah.
And they loved me.
And then obviously 2 months later I would come out again, but in the meantime she would come out. So it was like
no one felt like they were giving more than the other.
Yeah. Yeah, that was for a year. I think it was around like
May or June. I decided.
I think it was a little earlier than that. I think it might have been April, because you had
I was trying to figure out.
done your bachelor's, and you were thinking about doing your master's.
Yeah.
And
I got my bachelor's in psych, and then
you're like, and so you saw that obviously ASU had a good program, so you it made it a lot kind of easier. We had to do almost all of it online.
My mom was so upset that I was leaving. And I literally, the day we left, I was like, "Give me 2 years.
Yeah,
I'll be back."
I told her 2 years.
Yeah, he went to. He's like, "I promise you, 2 years will because we had the plan of moving back.
Yeah,
like it was a temporary thing. Like I needed a change in life. I wanted to go be on my own in a different state.
I'd never lived
on my own. I really wanted that experience, and especially with you, like being with someone that I felt safe with. Like I just really wanted to. Just for me personally, like if we didn't work out, it would have still been a really great experience, honestly. And so, yeah, I did it. And then he was like, "I promise you, 2 years, I'll bring her back some way, somehow." And she was like, "Okay."
And it was crazy because it was literally 2 years.
Like on the day, 2 years, I came back. So yeah, I finished school. Oh no, I finished school out here because it was all online. We lived with your parents. When we came back, we lived with his parents for 4 months so we can get on our feet again. It wasn't okay. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. It was hard though because we had the dog.
Well, we had so much shit.
We had a lot of shit, and I was finishing school. Like I was super stressed.
Well, you were finishing school and working. And I wasn't doing shit.
Oh yeah, I came back and I went right back to my old job. Thank God, I'm still there. And then he was looking for a job for 3 months.
3 months.
And then he got one.
Yep, and
then things started really getting better.
Yeah, once I was working, we had both of us had money coming in. We could really start looking for places, obviously. But
yeah, that's our story.
July 23rd. is our
Date anniversary.
date anniversary.
But while we lived in Arizona, we got engaged. That's in the other scene too.
Yes.
2014. That could be another story time. But we went to Ireland and got engaged. We kind of already talked about it with Kelly.
Yeah. Well, we could also talk about just the trip in general itself.
That'll be another story time though.
But that was much fun.
So yeah. So in that time we got engaged. We came back and we knew we wanted to like get married and have a family. So that was also why we came back. So if you guys ever want like having questions about long distance, we've been through it.
Yeah.
I think you just really have to be clear in your expectations and follow through with them.
Yeah.
And
Just
communicate.
Just communicate.
Like overly communicate.
Yeah.
I think the hard part was like if I knew you're out with friends or if I was out with friends. You're like, what are you doing? Well, like,
Oh, I never really cared.
you know, it's for me. It was my issue.
You know me. I don't.
It's definitely my issue. Yeah, you don't. No.
I'm.
He's always like, go, bye.
I'm the most laid back person.
Yeah.
You want to go out? Great, go. I can spend time by myself. No, it's not even that. It's more.
Well, you like to be on the computer and just zone out with your friends online.
Or it's not even that. A lot of times, it's more. Well, okay. There's part of that, but there's also part you were so used to being outgoing with friends all the time when you're younger. And as you got older, you know, friends came harder to find and keep and go do things with because everybody else has their lives.
Yeah.
So, whenever you wanted, I would have pushed her to go out.
I'm so full. I know. But I can't stop eating. This is so good, you guys.
Yeah.
If you have a falafel place or Mediterranean by you, go try it. Yay! Damn it. How's the beer?
Good.
Yeah.
It smells good.
We really like hazy IPAs, for sure.
Yeah. I know a guy I used to play WoW with was a QA guy at this brewery at Modern Times.
What's a QA?
Quality assurance.
Oh.
Pretty much he gets to drink a lot of beer and make sure it's good.
Hello? What did you have to do for school?
He went to school for all that kind of stuff though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, that's cool. You know me. I'd be fine with school if there was no homework.
You're
Seriously,
stupid.
No, it's as.
What if it was just tests?
I'd be fine.
Why?
As long as I could learn, I could pay attention to class all I want. It's once I'm outside of that thing, I just don't want to do it.
And I hate tests. I have test
So
anxiety.
I'm always easy with tests. I hate homework.
We're very different people.
And that's how I am with work. It's like when I'm at work, my mind's on work. She asks me to do some things, and I'll forget all the time because I'm just my mind is always just so focused on work. And then when I'm off work, I don't think about work.
Oh yeah, you do. Lately you haven't.
Yeah. Well, because we have more coming out. But for the most part,
That was a weird noise.
I know. But for the most part, like whatever task I'm doing, like working, I just kind of my mind is just on that. So yeah, I could do school without doing homework. That'd be great.
When we first met, you were in school and then you stopped.
Yeah, I was doing online because I can't do that. Oh yeah, I was doing JV.
No, when you were in Arizona, I remember you had textbooks. You were doing homework one night, and you're like, "Yeah, I have to finish this," and I was like, "This is weird." It was like literally the only time because right after you stopped.
Yeah. I was like, no, I can't do it. Still on a computer. I'm like, if I'm on a computer, I want to play games.
You're such a child.
Yeah. That life is so good.
I know. But that could be leftover. I'm full. Yeah. We want to drink. I feel like this would digest really well, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
This is so delicious.
I'm actually.
I'm like stuff. I can't stop eating. It was so good.
Yeah, that was definitely met my expectations in terms of what I wanted.
It exceeded mine. I expected the beef to be like the chunks. You know, like they get off. Oh, I guess it's the one that they layer and then they just slice off. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because the shawarma is the one.
Yeah.
If it was a kebab,
Gotcha. That's true. All right, guys. What should we do next? I don't know. Tell us.
Oh, yeah. What we have? What was the one we thought about too?
Peruvian, sushi, Indian. We love Indian food.
Sushi's so hard though, because sushi to go is just so weird to me.
Really?
I know, because I feel like it's just not.
We did it once as a date night. Remember that? I surprised him. I was like, hey, like I cleaned up the living room at least, and then I went and got sushi. I picked it up on the way home. Yeah, and like I had candles lit, and we sat at the table and had sushi and drinks. It was fun. I don't think you didn't like sushi to go.
I don't know. It was just fresher we have there.
Obviously. Why am I still eating? This is so good. Okay.
But there was one that we actually wanted to try too. That was like, it was either this or something else. What was it?
Something different.
Can't remember.
Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe and let us know what to try next or if you're curious about anything. And then we'll be back with more stories. Bye.